Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Life Hunters USA channel. And we're at the Hollywood Beach. We were going to dive right here, but we were told we cannot launch the kayak. So we went north a little bit, about 5 minutes north by Dania Beach. So right now, we're underwater. So welcome back underwater. Since November, this is the first dive we're doing for many reasons. And right there, I get a nice grouper, 23 inch and a half grouper. I was pretty happy there. It was the first fish of the day, and it was a nice one, a very nice one, and it was delicious. Also, we already ate. It was delicious. But anyway, it's been a while, guys, and this video is very, very special, especially to me. Look how beautiful that is. Beautiful red grouper. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But this video is very special to me because it actually probably changed my life. I had a big scare on this video, so at the end you guys are gonna see it was actually at the very end of the dive. Okay, we were leaving already. And anyway, so Adriana is pretty happy since we haven't spearfish in many months since November. We were kind of tired in this dive. Usually we're underwater like from 3 to 4 hours. We were only about an hour and a little bit, an hour 10 minutes maybe in the water, and I was feeling tired. Adriana was feeling tired. Our lungs are not expanded. It's been a while, so we couldn't be underwater for too long. So it was a lot of things. But it was a good day. It was a beautiful day out. The ocean wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. The only thing that was not too good, as you guys can see, is the visibility. Visibility, it's about from 35 to 40 feet the most. And that's fine because we're fishing on the shallower than that. So when you look down, it's about 20, from from 17 to 20 to 25 feet, depending where we are at a certain moment. But so we can see. But if you look on the horizon under the ocean, you cannot see more than 35, 40 feet. That's bad. Okay, that's me missing a beautiful, huge hogfish. It was probably about 19 inches hogfish. I missed that one. But going back, so when the visibility is like that, is not too good. Uh, you don't see, if there's a shark coming towards you. You don't see it right away. So this is what happens in this dive. I had a big scare. All right, but and I'm gonna try to explain everything to you guys throughout the video, so when you get there, you know what to look for. All right. I also, at the end of the video, I post some pictures, screenshots that I took from the dive, so you could see the shark. Because it was very fast. Like everything in life, accidents happen. It's so fast. You sometimes you can even remember. Before I saw the video, I thought that the shark came from behind me, and I look over my shoulder. But then seeing the video, no, it didn't. It came right in front of me. I just didn't see it because at that moment I had caught a nice grouper, even bigger than the one I caught, the first one I caught at the beginning of the dive that you guys saw right now. Okay, so it was like this. I told Adriana, let's get out of here. I'm tired. How are you doing? She said, I'm tired. So I said, let's get out of here. So for the first time, we brought the kayak. But the kayak, it's only for one person. So Adriana was paddling all the way to the reef, and I was diving like I always do, beside her. And once we got there, I anchored it, and we started the dive. And we chose a nice place. There was like a lot of fish there, a lot of bait fish. We figured that if we anchor and we fish around it, we'll be able to find find fish. And that was actually what happened. So, I mean, we went around and round and round, and at the end of the dive, Adriana went back to the kayak. I gave her my gun to her, and she took her gun into the kayak. And I will tell her, and I'll remind you when we get there. I will tell her that I'm gonna go down to get the anchor off, and then we'll just head to shore. And she was like, okay. As I come around the kayak, and I am about to dive to go unhook the anchor from a rock that I had hooked before in the beginning, I see that beautiful grouper. This one, the first one that I got was 23 and a half, right? The other one must be between 26 and, I don't know, 25 and 27 inches, something like that. It was bigger than the first one, you know? So when I saw it, I came back up fast and said, give me my gun. So she hands me my gun. I go down, and then I see the grouper kind of fleeing, on the opposite direction. But I go down after it, and then it takes a turn and stops to look at me, which was great. So I go down, I point the gun, and boom, almost on the head. But it wasn't on the head. So groupers, as you guys saw at the beginning, it flops a lot. They're very strong fish. You know, uh, it flopped so much that I lost groupers already coming out of the shaft. They break their own skin and they come out of the shaft sometimes. That didn't happen with this one, but it did flop a lot. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know, the thing that attracts the most sharks is the noise underwater. Okay, the flopping. When they hear flopping, they know there is a fish in trouble, so they know it's an easy prey. So they come towards the noise, and they have really great hearing. Okay, really really great hearing. The eyes are not too good, but their hearing is great. Okay, the smelling and the hearing are great from sharks. Okay, so if they smell blood, which everyone knows, they come towards it, right? But the hearing is even better, and they can hear, even farther. So this shark probably was farther, and they heard the flop after I shot it. And until I got the fish up, the fish flopped a lot, so it made a lot of noise. So the shark started probably circling me, but I did not see it, right? And what happened was that uh, when I brought the fish back up at the end of the dive, right? I brought the fish back up. So right there, you can see that's a big tarpon, at least 3 feet tarpon. It doesn't look as big because of the GoPro, it makes it a little smaller, but it's about 3 feet tarpon. And that scared me because it comes from out of nowhere, on your blind side. And when you see it's something big in front of you, you think it's a shark. But you soon realize that it was just a tarpon. But going back, so as soon as I brought the fish up, uh, I brained the fish, which is to make it a fast kill, right? So I stick my knife on the brain of the fish to make it a fast kill, and then I go under the gills and I bleed them to take all the blood out or most of it out. Why? Because when you take the blood out of the system, the fish system, the meat is better. It tastes better, at least for me. I don't know. Some people don't mind, but I do, so I prefer to do that. So, counting the floppy plus the bleeding, the shark came right to me. And after I bled, I tried to lift the because the fish was still on the cord, right? The cord was through the fish still, but my shaft went all the way down and got hooked on a rock, as you guys going to see it later on. So I had to go and unhook the flop of the shaft from the rock, and I start pulling up. As I pulled up, I was focusing on the fish and trying to get the shaft through the fish and to release the fish from the shaft, right? And then to give it to Adriana. Adriana would put on the cooler that we have on the back of her chair in the kayak. You can see there the yellow thing. It's a nice cooler. We have ice over there to keep the fish, good. And as I was doing that, I didn't see that the shark took a turn, came out of a turn and came straight at me, And since I had the fish on my chest and I was trying to pull, if I didn't see it and spook the shark the way I did with my reaction, because as you guys are gonna see it, and I'm gonna walk you through it. When I saw the shark was about 2 or 3 feet from me, right, coming towards me. And I got so spooked, okay, that I threw the chef with the fish at him because I know he wants the fish first, not me. So I threw it at him and he made a turn, you know. But at that point, I got so spooked, so shocked. Why did I get shocked? I see sharks all the time. They come at us sometimes, as you guys could see in some of our videos. I already put my chef through one, because he was too aggressive, But usually our black tips, or white tips that comes at us, they will charge, eventually. Not all the time. I would say like 90% of the time, uh, black tips and white tips they don't charge you, but they might. It happen. They're still sharks, different species, but they're still sharks, But they're very curious, and they might come really near. But what is different from this dive and why I got so spooked was that Adriana is always watching out for sharks because me, I'm hunting, right? So I'm constantly looking down, right? And I don't see on the horizon what's going on, all right? And Adriana, no, her job is to record, right? As well, like me, my camera is on my head, and Adriana always had her camera on her hands, one of her hands, and she also has to, from time to time, look back, look around, make sure everything is good, especially if I get a fish. She knows when I get a fish, she'll keep looking around, and make sure no sharks are coming towards me. If they do, she will let me know, okay? Or she will go towards them with her gun, and she'll, do whatever it takes to get the sharks, away from me. So that's her job. What happened here that she wasn't in the water anymore, so she couldn't see anything. She couldn't tell me. I was by myself, focusing on the fish. I wanted to get out because I was, like I said before, I was pretty tired. And and when I saw, like I said, it was between like 2 or 3 feet away from me. So I was in the shark, and not only, it was not only that the shark was near me, it was the size of the shark that GoPro it doesn't even come near of the size of the fish. Okay, so I just so you guys know that it was a hammerhead. Okay, so the head eye to eye because the eyes are located on the edge of the head from the hammerheads. It was a great hammerhead. I didn't even know great hammerhead existed. To be honest with you, I thought hammerheads size would go from 9 to 10 feet. And well, this one was bigger, okay, because I saw that he was bigger than my kayak, and Adriana's kayak is like 10 feet and a half. So the head from one eye to another eye, it was at least 2 feet, okay. So I found on the internet a way to size the shark through their head, right? So if it was 2 feet, so it's 1 to 6, so 2 times 6, okay, it's 12 feet. So it was at least 12 feet, okay. So it was a huge shark. And when I saw the head, it was right on me. It was huge. And then I saw the neck and opening to the body. It was huge, 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 huge. I mean, it was so fast, but I was able to see that, and that was shocked me. So we're not supposed to be both of us on the kayak, but at that point, I got out of the water. I went inside the kayak with Adriana, and all I could say was like, huge, huge, huge. Adriana didn't know what to do. Thank God the kayak didn't tip over with both of us. That would have been a disaster, because at that point, Adriana didn't have her mask on it. So it would have been a disaster. But anyway, thank God that didn't happen. And so that's what happened, right? But after that, and it's not going to be on video because at one point Adriana turns the camera off. In my camera, I don't know why, right after I recorded the attack from the shark towards me, it turns it off. It wasn't me because I'm still swimming to the kayak, so I didn't have time to turn it off. But turn it off. And I checked, it wasn't the battery. It wasn't that I didn't have space, okay, on the SD card. I don't know what happened to the camera, but it just turned it off at that moment. But okay, because I recorded whatever I wanted to record, everything I wanted to record. And after that I'm inside, I tell Adriana, let's get the hell out of here, you know. So she start rowing and rowing and rowing, nothing. Then we realize that we still have the anchor hooked to the rock down there. So thank God we have a little plug, a release plug that you can release it from the kayak without going down. So she released it and we start going. But the kayak at that point was so heavy with me in it, okay, that it would move. It was actually moving toward with the current, going even deeper. Okay. Another thing I want to tell you that at that point, uh, my gun, and you guys are gonna see it because I made sure to put slow motion, and I will explain to you what's going on. My gun at one point when I go to the kayak, you can see that my gun goes underwater. So that means that he pulled it, right? The fish and my gun went with it. It was like a movie, you know. The gun is right there, and then all of a sudden it goes like woof inside the ocean. So with that, uh, I don't see my gun anymore. I'm just saying, let's get out of here. Andrea is trying to do everything, and she was also, you know, she was also spooked, and she was trying to row right, but everything, the coordination wasn't right. The kayak was too heavy, right? And but we were doing that. I saw my gun come up again, so Adriana points it out and said, "Oh, look at your gun." But bear in mind that's not none of that is on video, right? Because she turned at that point she already had turned her camera on. So I said, "Okay, good. Let's." I figured the shark already got the fish, right? Let's go get the gun. At least I didn't lose like like $900 setup with the gun. So let's go. So we get the gun, and I start pulling the shaft back in. When I almost reached the shaft, I noticed that the fish was still there. And as I'm pulling it inside the kayak, Adriana sees this huge shadow come up to get the fish. And she says, the shark, the shark. And I look, and the shark's still there. Okay. What I do, my reaction was I throw the chef with the fish underwater. I grab my knife and I cut, you know, the line, and I let the chef go, you know, and then the shadow goes down with it. Okay. So today, looking back, maybe I should have kept the fish because after it was out of the water, the shark would probably just leave us alone, you know. But I'm not sure of that either, you know. You would probably, I think 90%, you know, it would happen. Okay. But anyway, that was my reaction. You know, I was super shocked, spooked, you know, and that's it. Okay, that's now Adriana, as you guys can see, she's coming out of the water. Okay, so I go to the other side to hold the kayak so she can go up. And I want you guys to watch this. Go. So she's on the kayak. I have both guns with me. I hand it to her.
Hold this for me. I'm gonna get the anchor out. It's all right. It's all right.
The ocean was getting a little rougher at that point. See the anchor all the way down there, hooked. And then now I'm about to go down, and I tell Adriana, "Give me my gun, give me my gun," because I spotted the grouper. Now it's Adriana from the kayak recording me from her angle, me shooting the grouper, right? So now I will put my angle later on for you guys to see. But now you're gonna have Adriana's angle, what she was seeing while I'm underwater, braining, bleeding the fish. And she's gonna see me get spooked there. It's gonna take a little while. I'm gonna bring the knife to her so she can hold it for me. The thing is that I forgot my knife that day, and I was using her knife, so I didn't have my sheet to place the knife. So I had to hand it to her before he fell to the bottom. So now I realize that the shaft, like I told you before, is hooked on a rock. So I go after it. You know, I try to go all the way right on top of the shaft, try to unhook it. And I am able to, but now I'm a little farther from the kayak. And little did I know that at this time the shark is already circling me, probably, you know. I just don't see it. Two reasons. First, because visibility is terrible, okay? But the second and most important, because I'm focusing on the fish. So at this point, I'm bringing the shaft up to try to get through the hole that he did on the fish and free the fish so I can give it to Adriana.
Shit, what the fuck is going on?
So now this is what happens. I see the shark. And guys, pay attention to my gun over there on the water, okay?
Shark?
Look at my gun, it's right there. The reddish part is my gun.
No me digas. Careful. Balance.
So look at my gun. It's slowed down for you guys to see it. It's the red part. Now it's gonna go under. Okay? Look at that. Gloofed. It goes under. So the shark pulled it.
My God, honey!
Oh, that's scary.
Honey, it was huge!
No.
Honey, well, I've never seen anything like this in my life.
No me digas.
Honey, go, I think I recorded. Go, go,
Okay,
go.
okay, okay, okay.
So now it's from my angle. So I'm looking at the anchor. Oh, actually, I already have my gun. I already picked up my gun with Adriana. I'm going after the fish, right? So as you guys can see, it's going away from me, but then it stops to look at me, and I get a nice shot. But you see how he flops? He fights like hell. Yeah, with that flopping, the shark came towards us. It was probably already lingering around us. We just didn't see it. So at this point, I get a handle on the fish. I grab the knife. I'm braining the fish right now. Oh, I'm already bleeding, actually. Yeah, I noticed that the shaft was hooked. So I handed the knife, like you guys saw it already from her GoPro angle. I go back to unhook it. from the rock. And now I slow down so you guys can see. He's coming towards me. It's huge. I don't. Now I see it. I throw the shaft at him. He makes a turn, and this is very slow. You know, I slow down a lot so you guys can see. And now it's turning away, but obviously it comes right back because you guys saw the that my gun went under, so he grabbed the fish. So this is real time. So you guys can see how he was. And some pictures for you guys to see. All right. That I took a screenshot of the. Look at that. That's the moment I saw. So guys, please don't forget to share. Give me a like if you guys liked it. And also, please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to our channel, Life Hunters USA. And this is Adriana shot. That was really funny. I found out that my wife really loves me with that picture. Yeah. The next picture, guys, it's the what I found on the internet. About the size, eye to eye length, 2 feet, and then it's approximately 12 feet long. All right. So thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like it, and subscribe to our channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you.